Let's go ahead and go over how to set up a virtual phone bank and an open virtual phone bank. I'm here on the My Voters homepage. The first thing that I need to do is I need to have a list queued up to call into. I'm going to go ahead and build the phone bank off of the active list that I've built. I'm going to click Go to My List in the center of the My Voters homepage. From there, I'm going to go ahead and select Calls, and I will go ahead and select Set up Virtual Phone Bank List and click Next. Van is going to ask if we'd like to call into this static list or if we'd like to save and use our search criteria so the virtual phone bank can be refreshed on each round. It really depends on the composition of your search. If you were calling into a list that is going to continuously grow, perhaps it's newly registered Democrats every month, you're going to want to choose the second option. But for our purposes today, let's go ahead and just select static list. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. We have to give it a name. Let's do Tyler's, or we'll just do unaffiliateds. We don't need a description. If you'd like one, you can have one. Script, we have to select a script that we have pre-made. Trading script is just fine. Start date and end date. Let's go ahead and just do a month or so till the end of the month. Sharing on Open Virtual Phone Bank. If we want to publish this virtual phone bank to openvpb.com so we can allow users that don't have access to our van, just pretty much volunteers from anywhere, to call in and make calls on behalf of us, this is how we would do it. Let's go ahead and select publish to openvpb.com. If we want to allow our volunteers to schedule the people that they're calling into events from the same page as the virtual phone bank, we can include the event scheduler. If you're tracking events in My Campaign and scheduling folks in My Campaign, this would be something that would probably be advisable to include. If we keep scrolling down, daily availability, we can set basically a time that this will turn on and shut off. If we keep going down, we have other options. Time limit, you can set one. Contact limit, you can set one. Under householding, if you want to show only people in household from the virtual phone bank list, so we're grouping people that share the same household together on the same screen, we would select the second option. I would recommend that. If you want to allow your volunteers to be able to attempt other phone numbers, you can do that here. Maybe only allow them to attempt phone numbers that have very high or a high phone quality score. And then again, it's pretty straightforward. You're allowing your users to skip contacts. There's going to be a skip button. And then as I upload early and absentee data, if we have this checked in, it's going to pull folks that have already returned their ballot or early voted off of your phone bank if they're in your search. That way you're not wasting any time. If we go over to the right, top right, we can set a designated contact. My name will appear at the top of this virtual phone bank. So if there are any issues during the virtual phone bank, my name will be available for people and they'll know who to call. If we go to the right, or if we go down to the right, we can see basic demographics. We're giving our volunteers the opportunity to see the age, party, and sex of the person that they're speaking to. Same down here, we're giving our volunteers to see the person's county, their precinct, their polling location. If we keep going down, we're giving our volunteers the opportunity to edit information, edit data about the person that they're speaking to. So addresses, phones, emails, notes. I don't think it's a bad idea. If we keep going, again, we're just giving our volunteers more information about the person that they're speaking to, what districts they're in, what their early vote location is, if we've spoken to them before, and if we've marked an activist code or survey response on their record. If we want to have a progress bar on our virtual phone bank, that's all this is. I think it's a nice touch, so let's go ahead and just leave that checked in. After that, we're going to go ahead and click Next. Let's take a look at our open virtual phone bank before we look at a virtual phone bank in Vote Builder. Basically, if we want our volunteers to be able to call into our virtual phone bank without needing access to our van account, we're going to want to toss them this openvirtualphonebank.com link. We can copy it or we can hop right into it ourselves. Let's go ahead and click right in. Your volunteers are going to be brought to a page that looks exactly like this. They're going to click Get Started. And now we're going to have our first voter. Your volunteers can go ahead and start canvassing James. If James is not available, what we can do is we can mark I couldn't reach James and mark him as not home and click Save and Next Call. If James is available, we can go ahead and launch right into the script. We talk to him. He tells us that healthcare is most important to him. He wants to volunteer with us, and we just would scroll down and click the save and next call button, and that's all there is to it. If we want to make calls from a traditional phone bank, a traditional virtual phone bank, perhaps users who actually do have access to our Van account want to make calls, all we need to do is give them this VPB code right here. They are going to go ahead and head to My Voters. They're going to head to Quick Tasks. They're going to head to Virtual Phone Bank. They're going to put in that Virtual Phone Bank code and click Next. Van is going to say, welcome to the Virtual Phone Bank. We're going to click Next again. And we basically have the same exact screen. If we scroll down, folks are going to be able to edit information. They're going to be able to add an email address, add a phone number, add an address, make a note on this person. Again, if they're not home, just mark the I couldn't reach Michelle, mark her as not home, and then click Save and Next Call. If they are home, what we can do is we can just go ahead and canvas. They say that healthcare matters the most. They want to volunteer, and we click Save and Next Call. And that's all there is to it. What's nice about Virtual Phone Bank is there's no need for data entry later. This is all happening in real time. Data is being applied to the file as you're making phone calls. It's a really nice tool. Please let me know if you have any questions on this.